Happy Easter! It's Dee and Edward here, and we're so pumped for what's about to happen. Before we get started, there's only one thing you need to know. Easter Jam is for everybody in your family.
So if you're a teenager, this is for you. You too, college students. And if you're a younger kid, get ready. We're about to have some serious fun, and we need you to lead the way. Adults, buckle up. This is Easter like you've never done it before.
No matter who you are, we want you to know that Easter Jam is for you too. The only way to not have fun is to not participate. So look around. Is anybody missing? If so, run and go get them now.
We're gonna get started in 3, 2, and 1.
Easter, a time for fake grass, plastic eggs, these things, chocolate bunnies, and people dressed as bunnies. And then there are the weird parts of Easter, like fake grass, plastic eggs, these things, chocolate bunnies, and people dressed as bunnies, which is interesting. But what does all this stuff have to do with Easter? And if this holiday is about more than candy and wearing uncomfortable clothes to church and lunch with your relatives, what makes Easter happy?
Okay, hear me out. There are two kinds of people in this world. People who like these things, and people like me who just don't get eating something grainy and gross.
Let's see how your family feels. Show me a thumbs up if you love to eat these things. Thumbs down if you don't. Okay, there's a lot of different opinions out there. No matter how you feel about eating Peeps, you're going to love this game.
Your family is going to face off in the greatest Peeps jousting competition of all time. I'm going to explain how it works and then tell you when to start.
First, divide the room into 2 teams. Next, take 2 Peeps and assign them to a team. If you don't have any Peeps, no worries. Big marshmallows will work as well. Team A gets Peep A, and Team B gets Peep B. You can come up with cooler names like Lord Sugarcoat or Sir Sprinkles. You get the idea. You can also use a marker or a Sharpie to decorate your Peeps and give them some personality. You can use a marker to draw some mustaches, or you could give them some neat eyebrows, or even a fancy outfit. Let your creativity juices flow.
Next, you need to prepare your Peeps for battle. Stick a toothpick on each Peep and prepare them for battle. Think of the toothpick as the joust, or a lightsaber, or maybe a sword. Depends on how competitive your family is going to get. You're going to put them on either side of the Peep and then face them toward each other.
Place the 2 combatants on a microwavable plate. No physical distancing necessary. You want the Peeps to be close together and facing one another.
Finally, time for the big event. Gather around and put the plate in the microwave, setting the timer for 45 seconds. You won't let it run that long. In fact, you don't want to let it run that long. Then, press start. Watch at a safe distance until the Peeps drop their toothpick sabers and one touches the other. The toothpick that touches the other Peep first wins.
As soon as this happens, you're gonna want to stop the microwave. Trust me on this one, families.
Okay, it's time to settle this thing. Don't forget to snap a pic and have that photo finish. It's go time. Go ahead and we'll wait here.
How did it go? Who won? I want to see pictures. Post them with hashtag SpotsKidsEaster or tag us at SpotsKids.
I have to admit, that was a lot more fun than I thought it was going to be. And, this happened. The only good use for Peeps.
Ready for another game? For this one, you're going to need a laundry basket and socks. Lots of socks. Clean or dirty, it doesn't matter as long as they have a match. If you need to go grab those things now, I'll give you a minute and you can grab them, then I'll explain the rest. Got your basket and socks? Great. Now choose 2 people to play. You'll also need 2 people to be scorekeepers.
To get started, dump all of the socks on one side of the room. And don't worry, those socks will make their way back to the basket real soon. Then, place the basket on the other side. When I say go, players will grab a sock, go through the pile to find the matching one, and roll the socks together in a ball, or like an Easter egg. And then toss them like this. Whoever gets them in the basket will get a point.
The player with the most sock eggs in the basket at the end of the timer wins. If you don't have a scorekeeper to help you count, you'll have to keep up with that number on your own. That means everybody is on the honor system. Parents, I'm looking at you.
Okay, go get everything and everyone in position for the game. We'll wait here. Everybody ready? Great.
We're putting a 1-minute timer on the clock.
The Easter egg throwdown is happening in 3, 2, 1, and go.
Families, come back over here. Who won?
Okay, that was amazing. Whoever won gets socks. Just kidding. Adults, make sure whoever won the challenge gets a special treat today. Maybe one of these things. Okay, maybe not.
I hope you're having fun so far. We're celebrating because today is Easter. If you don't know the whole story of Easter, that's okay. Today we'll talk about what makes today, maybe more than any other day, a happy day. But before we get there, I know you have a lot of family and friends who would love to hear from you.
And to make that happen, you have a few options. Pick one of the challenges on the screen to wish your peeps a happy Easter.
Okay, so I just got like 9 texts from our crew saying Happy Easter. Thanks, fam. Nice.
Even though we're celebrating a little differently than we have before, that's okay. Easter is still happy. And that's not just because of the peep wars or Easter baskets or chocolate bunnies, although those things are pretty awesome. It's still happy because of what happened thousands of years ago at the first Easter. It's the world's most powerful story, and yet it's so simple.
So simple that it can be told with laundry.
In the beginning, God created everything. He formed people in His very own image. But then, we turned away from God. Sin entered the world, like a dark stain. Still, God loved us so deeply that He made a plan to rescue us. At just the right moment, God sent His very own Son, Jesus, to live among us. Jesus healed hearts and minds and bodies. Thousands gathered to hear Him teach. Instead of giving lots of new rules, Jesus turned things upside down by making it simple. Love God, love others. After 3 years of traveling and teaching, Jesus and His disciples entered Jerusalem to celebrate the Passover feast. Huge crowds gathered to welcome Him. But while the crowds cheered for Jesus, the religious leaders made plans to arrest Him. He was turning their world upside down, and they wanted Him gone. As Jesus celebrated the Passover meal with His friends, He told them that He would be leaving, but would return. His friends didn't understand. That night, one of Jesus' followers, Judas, led soldiers to arrest Him. The religious leaders gave Jesus a fake trial and then sent Him to Pilate, the Roman governor, who could have Him killed. Pilate found Jesus had broken no law and tried to release Him. But a mob called for Jesus to be killed. Pilate gave in and handed Jesus over to the Roman soldiers. Jesus was forced to carry the heavy beams of His own wooden cross. On a hill called Golgotha, the soldiers nailed Jesus' hands and feet to the rough wood. The soldiers and people who passed by laughed and mocked Him. But from the cross, Jesus asked God to forgive them. Finally, Jesus called out, "It is finished." Then He died. The earth shook. Rocks split open. Even the soldiers cried, "Surely He was the Son of God." One of Jesus' followers took His body and placed it in a tomb cut from the rock. A huge stone blocked the entrance. Jesus' friends were devastated. They had believed that Jesus was the one God promised, the one who would rescue them, but now He was gone. Their whole world had turned upside down. Jesus' friends stayed hidden in fear for 3 days. But early Sunday morning, Mary Magdalene, a close friend of Jesus, hurried to the tomb. She planned to anoint Jesus' body with special spices. As Mary neared the tomb, she saw the stone had been rolled away. The tomb was empty. Mary turned to see a man standing near. She didn't recognize him until he said, "Mary." It was Jesus, alive. Jesus told her, "Do not hold on to me. I have not yet ascended to the Father. Instead, go to those who believe in me." Jesus, God's Son, became like us to lay down His life. Through God's power, He defeated death for all of us, and sin was washed away. One day, He's promised to return, so we can live with Him forever.
Wow, I hear that story every year and it amazes me. I mean, God sent Jesus to the world to remind me that he is greater than anything that can go wrong in my world. The simple fact that Jesus came back to life is proof to me that I can face anything bad that happens. I like to think about it this way. I can because Jesus is alive.
I can keep loving because Jesus is alive. I can be brave because Jesus is alive. I can have hope because Jesus is alive.
Here's an idea. Take a few minutes and add to this list of things that you can do because Jesus is alive. Answer this question as a family. How would you fill in the blank? I can blank because Jesus is alive. When you're finished, meet us back here. Awesome. I love conversations like these because remembering what God has done for me in the past helps me to trust him when things aren't going right in my life. I hope that's true for you too. And I hope that you spend the rest of the day making happy memories with your family.
To get started, here's one last challenge. For this one, you'll need to decide who is the technology genius in your house. Maybe that's a step-parent, an aunt, or an 8th grader. Either way, decide who that person is now. Got it? Awesome.
As soon as this video is over, I want you to go outside and take a few family Easter pictures. You can be all dressed up like us, or stay in your PJs. It can be totally normal with smiling faces, or use one of those crazy filters that turns your face into a bunny rabbit. No matter what you do, take a family photo and make it awesome. Then share it on social media. Remember to use the hashtag SpothKidsEaster or tag us at SpothKids so we can see your family's Easter style.
Maybe now more than ever, this is the time to celebrate and remember God's faithfulness and hope he gives us in Jesus. After all, that's what makes Easter so happy.
The greatest day in history. Death is beating, you have rescued me. Sing it out, Jesus is alive. The empty cross, the empty grave, life eternal, you have won the day. Shout it out, Jesus is alive. He's alive. Oh, happy day, happy day. You wash my sin away. Oh, happy day, happy day. I'll never be the same. Forever I'm changed. I'll never be the same. When I stand in that place, realize meeting face to face. I am yours, Jesus, you are mine. In this joy, perfect peace, earthly pain finally will cease. Celebrate, Jesus is alive. He's alive. Oh, happy day, happy day. You wash my sin away. Oh, happy day, happy day. I'll never be the same. Forever I'm changed. I'll never be the same. Oh, what a glorious day, what a glorious way. You have saved me, and oh, what a glorious day, what a glorious name. Oh, happy day, happy day. You wash my sin away. Oh, happy day, happy day. I'll never be the same. Forever I'm changed. I'll never be the same.
We're so happy you guys could join us and celebrate this as a Smoth family. We know we're separated right now, but we're glad we can join in together and celebrate Easter together.
So, happy Easter.
Happy Easter, guys.
You
Not
like
too
it?
bad.
Really?
Yeah,
Good snackers?
a little crunchy.
Well, that's what happens when you microwave a peep.
Hmm.
You gonna share with my socks on it?
Not really, it'll be a little gooey.
Good, I don't want my socks sticky.